What's up, everybody? And everything's about to get real spooky right now because tonight is Halloween, October 31st, and it's fitting to be doing this review tonight. Halloween Havoc NXT Night 2 review. Last week was Night 1, but tonight we got Night 2. So things about to get really scary right now. And I gotta say, I'm sure everybody out there is having a very safe and happy Halloween. Whether you're out there trick-or-treating, or giving out candy, or going to a party, or just dressing up because it's Halloween, and it's always fun to, hey, be something you're not on the scariest night of the year. But tonight, we are here with a big stack card for NXT, so let's get right into it. We did kick it off with the host coming back, night 2 this week, Scarlett and Shotzi. They came in a Ghostbusters car. They had that band, what was that band that performed? New Year's Day. Basically, performing this week's theme and whatnot, talking about all the matches that are going to be going on tonight. And we kick it off with a brutal and a very brutal match, I should say. The Creed brothers versus Humberto and Garza. We did see the Creed brothers last night on Monday Night Raw making their debut, and I feel like they're going to be called up very soon when they beat Alpha Academy, but this was brutal. This was a tables, ladders, and scares match. Basically a TLC match. And I thought this was very brutal. Some spots I felt like were very unnecessary, but these guys were like, what, doing their tarantulas through the tables and going off of ladders. And you can see the battle scars on these guys hitting each other with chairs to the back. Not a little bit close to the head, but like really hard shots with chairs and whatnot. This was a very brutal stuff, okay? Like, I was surprised, especially that many table spots out there, damn near hitting the table real hard, which, this just looked, brutal. Like, we seeing helicopter spins with ladders out there, and I know some of these chair shots most likely were protected and whatnot when they were kind of damn near going to the face, because you don't really see a lot of chair shots damn near going to the head nowadays and whatnot, unless you're holding your hands up and it's, hopefully it's protected and whatnot. But this was some brutal stuff here. The Creed brothers did end up getting the win, though, with their big Doomsday Cannonball move, putting like one Garza through like 2 tables out there before winning the match. So the Creed brothers on a big roll right now in the past 24 hours, making their big debut on Monday Night Raw, and now winning this tables, ladders, and scares match. Brutal stuff out there. Like I said, a few spots I felt a little bit unnecessary, but they went all out right here. Creed brothers, they haven't really won in a while anyway, so I think I can't say Garza and Humberto won in a while too, but given the Creed brothers on Raw last night, they got the big win right here. When will they be called up full time? I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be coming real soon. Joe Gacy was cutting the promo, basically talking about the mistakes he's made. Nobody's perfect, but is he the problem right now? And he says, no, there's no strings holding him back. Because, listen, the schism is gone. We know Grizzly Young Vet's contract was already up this month, and they're already back on the indies. Ava Raine, which I feel like she may be part of the bloodline soon, or whatever's next for her, I don't know. Joe Gacy, I don't know where he goes from here now, but hopefully it's something different than the whole cult thing he was doing, because it just never was really getting over and whatnot. But we'll see what happens. It was about to be Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. Tiffany Stratton dressed as the bride of Chucky out there, Tiffany, which, still funny, Tiffany Stratton, so you'll get what I mean right here. But basically, she took out Fallon Henley after the whole impression thing last week. She put a knee bar on her on the ring post until, referees had broke it up, and she walked off then. Right after that, the metaphor, or I should say the Scooby-Doo gang out there, Aurora is Shaggy, Noam is Scooby, Lash Legend is Velma, and Jakar Jackson is Daphne. No Fred, though. Like I said, it's only a 4-person group right here, but they wanted the damn trophy back. And I'll say this with NXT before I move on with this, because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this. Every year, when it comes to Halloween, they have to do a haunted house segment. We have seen it since, however long NXT's been hosting these spooky shows, but we've seen it with Cameron Grimes and Dexter. We even seen it the year before with Alba and Toxic Attraction and whatnot, or Mello and them, and Gargano and Dexter. It's like they really be doing these segments almost every year. I don't have much to say about this. I know they ended up splitting up and whatnot, and to be continued, and they basically scared all of the monsters that were in the house, basically being taken by the monsters or beaten up by them, with Tozawa beating up Guerrero and whatnot, and I guess these ninjas took him, and basically they were all kidnapped by the monsters in there until Noam ended up finding, the Heritage Cup thing, and all the monsters surround him again, and he says the best day for his life. He said he could double pay them, but Tozawa, I'll give you the name, but I want a title shot at this. And Dar says, I'll give it to you. And then I guess the monsters jumped him. I don't know what it was. Like, this wasn't even really that good of a haunted house segment, okay? Some of the others have at least been entertaining in the past few years. I didn't really have much care for this one, because it's like, Tozawa, I don't even know what's going on with Tozawa. Like, one week he's on Raw with now trying out for the Alpha Academy and getting killed by somebody. Now he's on NXT going after the Heritage Cup. So I don't really know what's going on with Tozawa right now. It's kind of weird when you ask me. But they got him doing something, so there you go. Next, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Prison Dom again, and cop Rhea Ripley, which I'm not going to go into the whole Judgment Day thing because I feel like they're on Raw way almost too much throughout the entire show of Monday Night Raw. So, excuse me. But yes, I feel like they're on too much on Raw anyways, but I've already explained that yesterday, and I'll go on that another time. But yes, Dominic Mysterio went against Nathan Frazier for the NXT North American Championship. It's a difference between Dominic on NXT and on the main roster and whatnot. Yeah, he's a chicken shit heel, and he still cheated to win throughout this match with failed attempts, but they really do try to make him competitive on here when the guy's the chicken shit and getting the shit kicked out of him on Raw or SmackDown almost every week. But NXT, it's almost like he's kind of somewhat credible getting wins and whatnot over people. Even I'm sitting there wondering, like, why is he damn near going toe-to-toe with Dragunov out there a few weeks ago? So it makes me wonder sometimes and whatnot. But this was still a very good match, though, and whatnot. And, Dominic did end up getting the win. He hit the frog splash. So, yeah, Dominic still retained the North American Championship. But then next thing you know, Wesley came in and attacked him. Wesley returning. We haven't seen him in like a few months now. So he made his return to NXT and picking up that North American title, basically winning it back. One thing also to point out that the hosts were changed throughout the night. We didn't really see much of Shotzi and Scarlett. They ended up getting replaced by Alba and Alba Fire and Aladon, which honestly we haven't really seen them since Money in the Bank, since they lost the damn tag titles or the NXT tag titles or whenever they combined the women's tag titles. And recently we've only seen a few videos of them on SmackDown, I guess, making a big return. But I'm like, kind of funny that they just returned to NXT and then we see them throughout most of the night hosting the show, dressed like several other people, like Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, or Chucky and Tiffany, or just any type of some type of horror character and whatnot. But I thought it was kind of odd that they just switched the hosts out like that. But we saw them pop up throughout half the night, showing up behind people. So you never know that was gonna happen. Braun Breaker went against Robert Stone. Braun Breaker basically killed him out there and was gonna smash his head in with steel steps, attempted murder and whatnot. But Von Wagner finally made his return. We've seen him go through rehab. I still feel like a lot of this feud doesn't make sense in a way and whatnot. Especially we're going with brain damage and attempted murder and Braun Breaker, which they're trying to do their best to establish him more and more as a heel. I feel like they need to move him onto the main roster at this point. I don't even know what he can really do in NXT left. I honestly don't know. And the guy's taken some L's recently, but they want to get this heel thing over too. I think they've done enough. But Breaker, Von ended up stopping him and chokeslamming Breaker and, helping Robert Stone back up. So, I don't know, man. This feud is like, I don't know. Von Wagner, we already know he's not good on the mic, especially when it comes to talking and whatnot. And Breaker, I feel like he's spinning his wheels at the same time with this entire feud. So, I don't know where this is going to go next, but they're trying to do as much to build sympathy off of this. Reggie or Scripps or whatever we're calling him right now, I called him GTA NPC niggas and whatnot. Reggie talking about, you all think I sip wine and was a traveling circus, but, he basically talking about we came from out the mud and y'all wouldn't survive in my hood. Basically talking about the brawling brutes, talking about he done locked up, shot at. I think, say he watched his uncle die in his room and whatnot, and, y'all ain't cut from the same cloth, and, you talk about the streets and everything, and I'm trying to buy into this because apparently, like I said before, apparently this dude was a Crip. That's what I heard. It's just kind of hard buying into Reggie being, on some street shit now when we've been seeing you doing flips, and I guess they try to make him serious. I don't know. But these dudes look like some GTA San Andreas clones. Like, I swear to God, they really do. Like, they got size, I give them that, and they got like GTA type of fonts coming out there right there, but they remind me of some cats from San Andreas. Like, it's not they representing Grove Street or the Ballers or whatnot, but just feel like some GTA San Andreas type shit. And I'm like the NPCs basically. That's what I feel like they are right now. So I'm trying to buy into it, but still, I don't know. Next, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven went against Thea Hill and JC Jane for the women's tag titles because it's not like they got enough. Well, there's probably more women tag teams than NXT, or they push more to the division there than they do on the main roster, but they weren't dressed as the Hart Foundation this time. I don't have much to say about this match. I know JC Jane tried to use an NXT title from Andre Chase, but he pulled the title back from her, and Chelsea Green and hit the Unprettier and won the match. So pretty good match. I'll say that. Not much from here, but it was pretty good, and they retained the tag titles. So Alba and Ijla is still looking on, which I believe that's what they were going for anyway. Talk about the titles were cursed, which I don't know. Hopefully they're still not cursed, but they've been cursed for a while now. We'll see what happens next with that. Kalani Jordan went against Lola Vice in the finals of the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. I think Kalani Jordan was, Cleopatra out there? Good gear. The match was okay. We know these two are very new still and developmental, but it was what it was. I'm not surprised Lola Vice won from here. I know she's been getting a lot of traction lately, and the fans are really behind her. Kalani Jordan is really good, too. She's had a lot of TV time lately. I thought the match was okay. I'm not surprised Lola Vice won. I don't know what happens next. I don't think she's going to go for the title right now, but we'll see what happens. But we're about to get to the main event. And whatnot. As they talked about next week's card, it was Ijla Dragunov versus Carmelo Hayes. Number 3, by the way. So both of these two are 1-1. Great match. I have nothing bad to say about this. We seen what they done at the Great American Bash and at No Mercy. So another great match from both of these two. I enjoyed it. It's always good to see both of these two go against each other. That H-Bomb looks brutal, especially through the table he did on Melo, which I would say look real brutal. And even Melo catching he did that coast to coast. No, Dragunov did the coast to coast thing, but Melo blocked it and whatnot with a code breaker and whatnot. But Ijla reversed it and powerbombed him there. That was some brutal stuff. But, Melo was about to go for the nothing but net, but Trick Williams finally made his return after 2 weeks after being attacked, and Melo was shocked. Ijla got him with a suplex, hit the Torpedo Moscow for the win as Ijla celebrated, headed to the back. Trick Williams got in the ring. He walked up to Melo. Melo had got up. He didn't attack Trick, though, so was Melo the one that took out Trick Williams, even though this is looking like Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in 2000 and, 2, 3, and whatnot. That's basically what this feud is right now. They never really did anything, though, so Trick never attacked him. So was it Melo that attacked him, which all signs are really pointing yes, obviously. Unless they want to try to swerve people and say it was someone else that did it. I don't know. But Trick just looked at Melo as Melo was just shocked as he got up off his feet then. But then the camera went to the back with Baron Corbin attacking Dragunov then. So he ended up attacking him before, the show went off the air. And that was it. So a very good show. I enjoyed the main event, obviously, with Melo and Dragunov was great. Nothing but good stuff to say about that. I thought the Creed brothers and versus Humberto and Garza was very brutal, but good stuff out there. Frazier and Dominic wasn't bad. The Breaker Stone and Robert Stone thing, Robbie E. It's up and down with that. Women's tag titles match was okay. The finals of the breakout tournament, it was what it was. So I thought Halloween Havoc was very good. I don't know why they really kept Ijla and Alba. What they did a Ouija board, and that's how they ended up switching the host. And I don't know. The haunted house stuff I didn't care much for. It was whatever to me. Like, it looks goofy as it is already, but this was just goofy just because it's Halloween, folks. We do a haunted house thing every year on NXT, so let's do another one. So that's all I got to say about that. Other than that, I enjoyed Halloween Havoc. It was pretty good. It was an enjoyable show. I'm sure everybody nowadays saying NXT has gotten better and whatnot, which it really has here and there. It's still iffy on some parts, but I'll admit the show has gotten better. Even, it's a little bit more watchable nowadays and whatnot. So, good stuff from there. But like I said, I enjoyed Halloween Havoc. I know they was going TV form this time and that pay-per-view, even though they tried to build this like a pay-per-view for 2 weeks and whatnot. But still good stuff, though. Overall, that's all I really got to say about Halloween Havoc. So, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, HoodandKnight890. Excuse me. Hit the like button, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I'm out of here. So, everybody have to have a safe and happy Halloween, and I will see y'all later. So, because, hey, tomorrow, wake up, it's the first of the month. But tonight, it's all scary. So, I'm out. See y'all then. Peace. Had to get an evil laugh in at the end.